Morning guys, Stagman here. There's our little biscuit block we made yesterday. I've let it cool off properly. It's been in my shed all night, so should be nice and cool. We'll do a burn test. I'll use a good old lighter. This has got gas in it, which doesn't look like it has. You can actually see that, guys, but it is actually a light. It did take a bit of time, but it's awfully cold out here this morning. There is actually ice on the shed roof, but this is purely to give you a burn time. Now, I don't know whether I mentioned it in yesterday's video. I've already put it up. I must admit I didn't recheck it. Depending on the wood shavings you use, depends on how long some of these last. Now, you know, if you could imagine that in a hexamine cooker, you know, that's going to go quite a while. But I'll let it carry on filming, and I'll be quiet. You can actually see the wax that holds it together is slowly leaking out of it. But, as I say, with these in a cook tin with a shield around them, you know, they do last a fair amount of time. you can see, guys, more than long enough to start a fire. You know, you could, in actual fact, sort of break it open a bit and probably get a bit more flame out of it, but what I'll do is I will leave it just alone for it to do what it needs to do, and then what we'll do is once it's finished we'll break it open and you get an idea of what's gone on in between. So generally when I start these, I generally use a cotton bud soaked in Vaseline, which, you know, I've just literally done it worst case scenarios, putting a lighter to it, as you see. Quite windy out here, as you can see. In actual fact, it's probably done it even a favour. As you can imagine, with that in the heat of a fire, the heart of a fire, the heat for it will certainly dry some of the thinner damp twigs out for getting you some sort of fire going. I don't know whether you can still see that flame looking into the back of the camera. It's not actually showing, so but there is still a flame there. Very fine flame now. Let's give it a blow. But as you can see, quite a few hot embers there still. And it's certainly burnt right the way through. Got a few embers there that haven't been, or a few bits of that haven't, but certainly gives you an idea with what can be done with waste. I mean, as you say, sawdust. It's another byproduct, isn't it, really, of sort of home jobs. You know, if you're a hoarder like me and you save various bits and pieces. I mean, I used to save the sawdust purely to put in the bottom of the hutch that I've got for one of my old birds of prey that I used to fly. And you know, any work I did, that's where the sawdust went. But now she's gone, I'm back to start burning it. But But there you go, guys, that just gives you an idea. That's what, I don't know, 11 minutes, 10 minutes, 11 minutes, but 10 minutes, you know, certainly enough time to dry out some prepared wood. You know, obviously you wouldn't just like that and then go off and find your wood in the bush. You would go and get your timber previous. You'd have your fire ready to rock and roll, and then away you go. So it's just another form of burning stuff. So to say, there is various other bits and pieces. I've got loads of stuff that my granddad taught me that I will try and pass on to you guys. I shall be removing all that and showing you another thing that we're going to be building shortly. Take care, guys.